What's up, guys? Hopefully everybody is staying sane out there during these crazy times. Today I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite things to do with wild turkey breast. Our season just opened this last weekend here in California, and I was lucky enough to arrow a big mature tom yesterday. So I'm going to do like a honey smoked turkey breast on the Traeger, but I'm going to add a couple little secret ingredients too. First things first, we got to brine this sucker. So I just got, this is 1/2 of the breast. So obviously there's one full side on this side and one full side on the other side. I just took one of the sides, cleaned it all up, tried to get any feathers, any of that stuff off of it. Nice clean piece of meat. And what I'm gonna do is brine it. You can brine it for 12, 15 hours. I'm just gonna do it overnight. You can do it for 24 hours. And what that's gonna do is keep that moisture. Wild turkey can dry out really fast. They're super lean. And so adding that brine to it is gonna keep a lot of the moisture in it and just add a really good flavor to it as well. So first thing we have is I have 4 cups of water, just cold water. I put this in the fridge last night. I like letting it, after I kill it, getting it in the fridge as quick as I can and letting it chill out so it's nice and cool. I got 4 cups cold water. I'm gonna do 1 whole cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of real maple syrup. I have a 1/4 cup of salt. I'm using some kosher salt, but just any regular salt will work. And 2 tablespoons of cracked pepper. So we're gonna get all that stuff mixed into the brine, mix it up, and then we're gonna get that breast in there. Make sure it's completely submerged. If you have to put something on top of it, you can do that. And then we're gonna cover it, get that sucker in the fridge, and then tomorrow we're gonna get this thing on the Traeger. Alright guys, so it has been 24 hours. We're gonna get this breast out of the brine now and just pat it dry, then we're gonna get the seasonings on it. Alright, now that we got this thing all patted dry, what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of olive oil. And this is just gonna act like a binder and help a lot of the seasoning stick. It's super lean too, so this will help anything from sticking to the grates. I'm just gonna rub this on. The seasoning that I'm gonna put on this is one of my favorite ones to use for this type of turkey. So, and the reason why we're doing that is we're gonna use this for lunch meat. So here I have Blues Hog. It's sweet and savory. Main reason why I'm using this is one of the first ingredients is sugar. It's salt, sugar, and it's brown sugar. It's got paprika, garlic, a bunch of good stuff. We want that outside to be sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this sucker with this. And then we're also gonna do some honey, but we're not gonna do that till later in the cook. Kind of the same way we did the jerky, and just kind of baste it on when this is just a little bit further into the cooking process. One of the things I like to do too, especially when you're doing lunch meat for sandwiches and stuff like that, this is gonna be a great way, like you can vacuum seal after it's smoked. You know, if you wanna slice this up and just eat it through the week for sandwiches, for the family or whatever, this is a great way to do that. One of the things I like to do too, once it's sliced, is actually re-seasoning it. Because if you think about it, when you season this, it's just the outside that's getting that flavor. So when you slice it thin, it's just a lot of the inside that doesn't have any seasoning on it. So I personally like to just put a little bit of seasoning on it and mix it all together when it's all sliced and finished too. So you don't have to do that, that's just my personal preference. All right, so this thing is all seasoned up. We're gonna go ahead and get this on the grill. So I just turned the Traeger on at 180, and we're gonna smoke that till it hits an internal on the thickest part at 160. And this is gonna continue to cook for a little bit. So we'll take it off and just lightly wrap it in foil, and it'll cook till it hits 165 after it sits for a little bit and rests. So let's go ahead and get this sucker on. It's probably gonna take this size probably 5 to 8 hours, but let's go ahead and get this sucker on now, and we'll have this thing done for a little bit later today. Alright guys, so that turkey breast has been on for about 4.5 hours. Internal temps about 148 to 150, right around there. I'm gonna start coating it with honey now. We get big tubs of honey from our friends. up north, so we always have a ton of it. We're gonna heat this up because it is a little crystallized. Basically just put some in a container. You guys can soak this in like warm water for a while if you have time. If not, you're in a rush, I just throw it in the microwave for just a few seconds and get it a little runny, and then we'll just coat that breast. All right, so I just switched this thing over to the Ranger just to save on a little bit of pellets. But we're gonna basically just baste this sucker, coat it with honey on both sides. And we'll let it go till it's finished. If you guys want to baste it multiple times, you can. I'm probably just gonna do it this one time. Just coat it really good. It'll stay coated on pretty well. All right, there we go. Almost done. All right, guys, we just pulled her off. That was a little over 8 hours, about 8.5 hours. Beautiful color on this thing. She just hit 160, so I'm gonna wrap it loosely in foil and just let it sit for a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and it'll hit 165, and then she'll be ready to slice up. All right, so we just let it rest for about 10, 15 minutes. Let's get this thing all sliced up. There you go. So what this is gonna be good for and what we're gonna use it for is I'm gonna slice. If you have a meat slicer, you can use it. If not, just slice it really thin, and it's perfect for sandwiches. You can make wraps, stuff for lunch. Super, super tender. Great smoke flavor. You have that honey kind of caramelized on the outside. It's really good. All right, guys, well, that's a wrap for this little episode of what to do on my favorite recipes for turkey. I have a couple other cool ones that I'm going to show you guys with some of the legs and like thighs, drumstick, and we'll do that next time. But for now, I'm going to slice this up. We're going to enjoy, and we'll see you guys on the next one.